Guys, one of the things is I just transitioned to a new laptop, so I'm just getting used to some of it. So it's a Mac Air, and because I see I was starting to reach the limits of my prior Windows laptop, which I still have, and I still have to transfer files over and so forth. But
Let
at
me be the
any rate,
first to say the sound quality is excellent.
well, going from probably an 8-year-old machine to this is a jump in, and that Hewlett Packard that I have was a mid-level machine, not a top-end machine. Um, hey, it's been a good piece. I'll still use it, but this is going to transition to becoming my primary system. And to be honest, I mean, the one thing I like about Apple products is if nothing else, 5, 6, 7 years later, they seem to keep up. They don't seem to lose their edge in performance. They still seem to keep moving along. And my wife's got an iPad from 2017 that works really as well as it did almost before. So it says something. Whereas some of these Windows machines, you can hear them starting to breathe more deeply as they get older. You get the wheezing. So that's
John,
why.
I'm here on a 2015 MacBook Pro,
Yeah, see, case in point.
and this is the same computer I upload YouTube videos on for my channel and all that. And it's been my wife turned me on to Mac because she's a graphic artist. So
Yeah,
I was a little weirded out at first because I wasn't
yeah,
I'm still not really a computer guy, but I'm
yeah.
sold on Mac products.
I have a
They
I'm on
seem
a
to work.
I'm on a 2017 Lenovo Windows 10 machine and
It's
pretty
holding
much
together.
pretty much sucked when I brought it home and it still does now, but it's still sucks the same way. So
Yeah,
it's
there you go.
consistent.
It's consistent suck.
Yeah. If it was a Windows 10 machine with an integrated CD-ROM, DVD read write gadget on the side, and it was $199 at Best Buy, so I can't
Oh,
really
God.
complain after 7 or 8 years worth of use.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But so in terms of what's left in the announcement side for me is there's really only one other announcement I can think of, and that is the next and final for this year Flea at MIT Swap Fest on October 20th. And that's from 9 to 2. So I don't know, maybe Tom will find you sleeping overnight in your car there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Um, but um, but otherwise, I think those are the announcements I can think of. Does anyone have anything? I know that just recently we had Year Fest, which probably maybe I don't know if anybody went to that, but I know that they had a new location. I know Bob Harris was there.
Yeah,
Um,
I have pictures, John, of Nearfest, and
oh, okay.
Russ, both Russ and I were there, and
Oh, very good.
I'll let Russ tell you, I had an amazing time. It was a new location, and that's pretty scary because Nearfest had wonderful big fairgrounds that everybody knew where everything was in the old days, and here's this new place. And it looked kind of small, but it turned out everybody just lined up beautifully along the roadways, what there were of them. The only problem was that there was one restroom with three potties, and in about an hour, one of the potties got stuffed up.
Oh.
So it was two potties for 2,000 people. So everybody complained, and next time we're going to have porta potties.
Yeah, as far as the eyes can see.
Yeah. So maybe Russ could tell us what he found there, and I'll show you a few pictures.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Well, I don't have any pictures, but this little Arc 5 problem that I have continues to follow me. So I came home with three transmitters this time, one
Oh,
for 80 meters, the other two for parts, um, and also a BC221. Tom, I meant to find you because I saw a Quack medical device that would be right up your alley. You may have run into it as well, but I didn't see you after I saw that.
Yeah, it was
nice.
pretty typical.
It was nice as far as no hills up and down and kind of condensed. And you could make the lap around a lot quicker than you could with all the different places at Deerfield.
Oh, okay, great. Was it well attended?
Sure seemed to be.
Yeah, it was very well attended on Friday, and Saturday, as always, was much lower attendance. Did you go Saturday, Russ?
I did not. No, I had some other things going on. So Friday was my one and only. There was actually a BC 348 that still had the dynamotor in it. And fortunately, I didn't have enough money to buy it. So stayed.
I think there was a PE 103 on sale there too, would look pretty good.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff there. That's for sure.
And John, if you put on screen sharing, I'll
Oh
take
yeah,
a quick
oh,
trip through.
let me whoops. Hold on a second here. Um Bear with me a moment here. Sorry about that, Tom. I had enabled earlier, but what happens, I had a Zoom software upgrade, and I guess, and it rebooted. I had to change the mode, and so I lost my setting.
Okay, well, tell me when to quit, then
Oh,
I'll just run you through some of this stuff.
sure.
Picture, a typical picture of one of the roads, and there were about, I would say, about three roads that had this many people along them, and they went way off into the bushes on the left here. So it wasn't just along the road, but you could walk down lines of cars and see pretty neat stuff. I'll just run through a few pictures of what was there, and some of it might be interesting. Telegraph keys were there in large quantities,
Oh,
and
sure.
Collins equipment, and nice old Hammerland, beautiful condition Hammerland receiver, and another one. And the price was pretty good.
Hmm.
Some more modern stuff. Very weird homemade paddle with a $50 price tag on it, which is absolutely insane. It's worth about $5. And some people brought carts that could handle most boat anchors. And beautiful Harvey Wells Bandmaster in excellent condition.
Yeah.
And this was tempting, $15 for this little
Yeah,
45
that's great.
player.
Oh,
They
that's nice.
On that.
$15.
I
At
know
15?
enough before buying these things to give the spindle a twist, and the arm should start doing things, and it didn't. And the
Oh.
guy
You have to
listening
push
said,
the reject button in order to engage that part of the mechanism. So
"Oh, is that right?"
yeah, it
Okay.
might have just been in idle mode, as if it was playing the record. If you push the reject button, then you might see more movement.
Where's the reject button or reset?
Down
Same button.
Usually it's on the lower right, but it's out of view. It's down by the bottom of the tone arm.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll push it next time.
Next time. It might cost you 20 though.
Oh, Zenith.
The Zenith looked to be in pretty good shape. I think somebody ate one of the knobs as it looked like candy to them, maybe.
Yeah.
But it looked in pretty good shape for $15. There's another telegraph key, very strange, obviously homemade, and trailers with all kinds of good stuff on them. An interesting, very early paddle, and nice linear amplifier and a national receiver over on the left. A lot of military stuff, and I think this is a wave meter. And sort of, I don't know what that guy is up top. What does that say?
That's a Motorola, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That's a Motorola and a nice HQ early version 129 there.
Yeah.
Underneath.
AM, FM?
No, that was actually AM and a shortwave band.
Shortwave. I saw the two bands. I couldn't tell what they were.
Just missing a knob, but it looks to be a nice shape overall.
Yeah. Little OS2 oscilloscope. I think it's 2 military oscilloscope on the right. They're still very inexpensive, but
looks like a Looks like a General Radio 1617 there on the left.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a nice test box.
Yeah, it's a nice
Tom,
bridge.
I don't know if you got a picture of it, but there was an HQ 129 in pristine condition with the original tuning knobs,
Oh,
which
okay.
boy you never see, and there was no wear on the front panel. And I asked the guy, "This is a new front panel?" He said, "No,
Huh.
just always had and kept it." So
That's neat. I missed that.
And
Thanks.
you didn't take it home, Carl?
no, the idea was to get rid of things.
This is
Ah!
Whoa.
a
Wow.
truck full of military equipment, and all of it was working. It was pretty impressive. The guy was obviously a military collector and restorer, and he had some good stuff. And nice early national. What is that? A 57 or yeah, 57. Another picture. My tent is the blue one on the right. I hadn't quite gotten stuff out yet. A couple of
TO,
Dim
There
bulb
we go.
testers.
thimble testers, and
yeah.
some good stuff there.
Yeah, that the idea of using a light bulb as a protect your radio, and there were two of them here. Really a nice idea.
That's
Plug-
nicely done too. Nicely constructed.
Yeah, just a nice piece of test equipment to have in your shack. Very, very good price on a very, very lovely early Vibraplex original
That's
Lightning Deluxe.
wow, it's pristine.
Yeah, what's this guy?
Oh, it's the old space
It
heater
looks like,
model.
I think it's an Atwater Kent.
Yeah, it's an Atwater
Yeah.
can. It had
It is an
some
Atwater
name
can.
like a. It had a name like a space heater or something like that. Like it looked like
I
a
call it a
fireplace.
Well, I'm sure it worked that way.
Well, no, but it had a name. It wasn't quite that obvious. Greg should know.
They call it a stove. I've heard it.
Stove. a
So
stove.
that's it.
There you go. A stove.
It
Yeah,
was a
kinda-
Model 52.
You don't see those that often.
Yeah. This is a what does it say?
Hmm.
Can you read the name up on the top there?
Let's see.
Stuart Warner, maybe.
Stuart Warner, yes. Stuart.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't.
Warner, yep.
I didn't know they made him that early. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of nice Helicrafters.
Yeah, yeah.
$75 for both of them.
Wow.
Yippee.
They were still there Saturday afternoon.
$40 for
Price
the
'em by the
national.
pound.
Yeah.
Pretty good prices. Actually, the metal fans are going up in value dramatically.
Yeah.
So that brass fan in the back is probably worth a fair amount.
And that Helicopters has got the complete converter setup
Oh, okay,
on
right.
top of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. It's like a big switch. So it's a transformer?
No, inside are converters for I don't know what he's got in there, but
Oh, I can see it now. I
typically
can see
6-2.
I got
2
it.
and 6, maybe.
Oh, there's like 4 positions in there.
Yeah, it looks that way.
If you zoom in, you
I
might be able
forgot
to
how to do that on this, so I
up on your toolbar.
Right. You see it just
yeah,
Uh,
but I can't get at the toolbar because I got
Okay,
the-
gotcha. Yep.
yeah. Let's see. Anyway,
Oh,
that's it.
okay.
That's it for me, and I just
great.
thought it'd be fun to have you ride
Thank you.
along.
No, that was great. I appreciate you doing that because it gives us a nice taste of what your fest is all about. And it's pretty cool. There's some radios, lots of radios, even just regular radios. Forget about, transceivers and so forth.
I had a
Well,
guy
research.
set up next to me, and he brought his father's entire estate, and he was selling things for $5 and $10. So I ended up with a huge carload full of stuff, which is difficult because I had a really nasty flat tire on the way to the show, and I've got a Tahoe and Tahoe spares get cranked up by a winch into the in back of the thing. So it comes up from the road and you crank it up. And when I uncranked the winch, nothing happened.
Oh no.
Tire just stayed there. And finally, I
Yes.
banged on it with everything I had. I brought a sledgehammer for putting in stakes for my tent. And finally, it came down. But then the little metal thing that it was hanging from had rusted solidly to the rim. And
Oh,
that, and it was an absolute nightmare. But luckily, I was able to get to the show and do all this as a demonstration for the crowd.
oh man, but you got the tire on eventually, huh?
Yeah, finally. It was
Oh,
really a battle. And man, it looks so bad. It looks like the thing's been immersed in salt water for maybe 20 years, and I've got it on the left rear of the car still. It's awful.
well, at least the tire is holding.
Yeah, the problem is the tire hangs under there, and on the salt roads in New England, it just rusts and then rusts more and then rusts even more.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say the problem is not with the car, the problem is the location.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
right.
If I moved to Texas, I wouldn't have that problem.
That's right. No, it would have
Yeah.
been dry rotted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, a different problem. But well, and I guess maybe I should do is oh,
case
hey,
in case anyone's traveling next month, the VRPS, the Vintage Radio and Phono Society that's down in Texas, is having their 50th convention.
oh, it's 50th. I didn't realize that.
50th, so should be a big deal. It's November 14th or 15th, 16th, and 17th. There's
That means
two auctions and a flea market and a bunch of presentations that go on during the day. But hopefully
nice.
that's where I'll be spending that amount of time, and all
So,
are welcome. Anyone who wants to come on down.
so you better bring the max.
That's it.
All right. All right. That's good to know. Yes. Um, and I know David will be there. So, but so then maybe what I'll do is maybe I will, let me just check something here, but I will share my screen. We'll walk a little bit through the Kutztown photos because I know there must have been at least some of you that went.
This is from John Hageman.
Yes, I'll do.
Okay.
Narrated by Bob from New Jersey.
Yes, yes, indeed. That's a
I'll,
great
I'll
thing.
provide the color for the action.
There you
here.
go.
All right. Well, then.
I'm sure I know John on a personal level, so I don't think he'll mind.
All right. You guys let me
That's the
know.
vice president of the Delaware Valley Historic Radio Club. His name is Tom. And as you can tell, he's a big Zenith guy. No. He's a Philco guy. Actually, when I ran into him, I in a house clean out, I found probably around 100 original Philco service bulletins with schematics for different Philco products. And I wanted to give him to Tom, but unfortunately, he had his wife passed away about a year or so ago, and I didn't see him for quite a while. And then I finally got to run into him in Kutztown, and I gave him all those all that paper, and he went crazy. He just loved it. He says, "Thank you so much." But big Philco guy, big Philco collector, a great guy.
That's awesome.
So this is a novice question. Is that radio really supposed to be purple?
No.
Okay. Because I'd never seen a purple one before. So that explains that.
Well, there's a story I'll tell you about this at the end, but you can just run some theories through your head as to why it got painted purple.
All right. Ah, nice Zenith.
Lovely 8-tube Zenith there. I'm trying to remember who had that. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's nice. Very
I
nice.
think there's a price on the left of the tag, but I can't quite make it out.
Maxim, I think it says, does that say? I'm not sure. So I see two.
I can't make it out.
Do I see 2 zeros at the end? Is there any chance that's a 4-figure number, or am I just my eyes deceiving me?
It's possible. I may be wrong on the 8-tube too. I think that might be That could be a 10 or a 12. I'm not really sure, but
It's like a console in a small box. That looks
Greg,
great.
does that you recognize that at all, Greg?
1800.
1800. Yeah, it looks like a 10 tube,
Yeah.
37
Yes. Hmm.
target tuning.
There's just some really dark. There's always some really, really, really stunning radios there.
That's nice.
There's a couple of the locals there. The guy with the hat and the beard, I know him. He's a customer. He's not a club member or anything like that. The guy on the right is a club member.
Oh, sorry about that.
That looks like that gadget there is AM FM, and then that panel folds down and it's a turntable.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. Yeah, thanks, Noah.
And I don't recognize that. I'm guessing that's like a Lloyd's or an Admiral or something like that. What was it say? Oh, realistic.
Realistic. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool.
Detachable speakers, fold down turntable, AM FM.
Those speakers may be hinged, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then I think they lift off the hinge and can be separated.
Yeah, that was popular then. There was a guy at our show that had I think a GE that was sort of similar in that regard.
Zenith did something like that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, we had great weather for both days, and it wasn't like the spring where the one day was like it rained so hard that even I didn't even venture out of my house out of fear of some insane New Jersey driver running into me and having to replace another car.
Yeah.
I had to do in 2018, and I wasn't going to go there. But
yeah,
the flattering thing about that was that I had a lot of phone calls from people that were looking for me, and half of them were like, "Are you okay?" So they couldn't see me, and I stayed home. But I told them I'd be there Saturday. I went Saturday, but the weather was wonderful. It was just really nice weather. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cool. As you can see, everything's covered. There's 2 pavilions. So that's one of the pavilions. I don't recognize which one that one is.
Nice. Stuff. The setup. It looks like people's.
Yes. Well, I think that's the main pavilion. The one on the right is kind of a secondary pavilion. But for the last year and a half, all the vendor tables were sold. And that was just amazing. So it was a lot of old radio candy, and there was ham radio stuff, and there was some kind of strange, obscure stuff as well. But there's something there for everybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I still have to get there one of these years. So. Yeah, there's more setup. Look at all the tables as far as the eye can see.
Yes, that's a couple tables away from the. I'm not sure if that's a club table or not. I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Where the 2 green banners are hanging down there.
Oh, okay.
See, these guys are doing some wheeling and dealing. The guy with the awfully dark-looking Hawaiian shirt looks like he's holding a cathedral. And the guy on the left is saying, "Don't drop it."
I know. It doesn't look like Bob.
That does look like me.
Zoom into that, John.
Don't think so. I think it's just a reasonable facsimile.
Looks like our president, Bob.
President Bob Harris. I don't know. I don't remember mentioning him going.
I don't know. There are no palm trees in the background though.
No, there's the problem. Exactly. But yeah, wow, that's good stuff. Oh, now here's some iron.
Table.
RCA. What is that over there?
I'm trying to remember what that radio was. The right
Silvertone.
Yeah.
In the sphere.
Oh, look at that.
John's got a great eye for photography and seeing stuff like this and getting shots. You can see the Marriott thing.
What's the thing right there in the center with that little man?
Oh man, and I'm not sure what he's doing. He's sitting
in front of a radio. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a radio. Yeah, I think it is. I think it may be a sofa and there may be a radio in front, I think. But what about that thing even to the left of it?
Yeah.
Radio bank. It's a radio bank. Is it a piggy bank?
Ah,
Mm.
Oh,
got
pretty
Emerson
cool.
Stradivarius behind it.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And
Don't
look at that
recognize. I'm not a
jar.
microphone guy. I don't know if anybody knows what that
A
is.
carbon microphone. Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah, it's some nice pieces. That
And we
clock
have
is
like
a
the static electricity generator sparkomatic thing there on
Oh.
the right. What is that?
Yeah, Van de Graaff.
yeah,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a,
Van de Graaff generator.
a
Yeah.
bug zapper for a redneck.
Bug zapper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That almost looks like an Welly equivalent over here. This one over here. Is it a Welly? Is it
Am I,
gonna be
is that a Wellotron?
Wellotron? I
think
mean
so.
Wellotron. That's right. Sorry, that's what I meant. Wellotron.
I actually knew a guy that collected those things. One of my junior college buddies had a collection of those things.
I know that Bruce Phillips, when we had raffle, he was doing a raffle, and we had all these great radios. I think Howard had one of them that it was a part of the raffle, but Bruce had donated a Welltron with the 8-track player in
I was going to say,
yellow.
I don't see the
Yellow.
8-track player in that one. I don't know.
This maybe it's the base one, maybe but Bruce's had the 8-track, and he even had the good taste of putting in a Moody Blues 8-track tape. And I
Yeah.
really wanted that, but it was a raffle. It wasn't a silent auction. I would have at least tried to get it, but it was a raffle, and I just didn't get it. I was like, oh, because I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. Plus, hey, I'm getting a band I like from that era with a radio for that era. So it was just kind of it was a want, but I'm afraid it was unfulfilled. But
See
A
if I
couple of
can-
more
see if I can
radio
find
bank.
see if I can find a Moody Blues 8-track to send
Yeah,
to
there you go.
oh, if you're willing to part with it,
every good
no,
boy deserves favor or something.
any of those would be my personal favorite is I think the Days of Future Past, I think is
Yep.
an absolute brilliant. But more radio banks do we see?
Yeah, on the left.
Yep.
Oh
right
yeah,
up
that's right.
Yep.
Little console. Yeah.
blue one and the console down there.
Oh yeah, cool. I've never seen those before until now. How fun.
I've seen them. But do you see what's behind that Van de Graaff generator? I see a jar of Skippy peanut butter.
Oh, hey, that's
Yeah, you're right.
that's vintage.
And
Skippy's
and
around a long
picnic
time.
basket. A picnic basket.
It's been around a
And
Oh,
long
yeah,
time.
skillet.
that's Yogi Bear signature series picnic basket.
And a
Hey,
presto
John.
a presto skillet.
John, go back to the console bank down on the bottom. It looks like it has a handle on it.
I don't know if that looked like a coffee grinder handle.
Oh,
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
see. I'm just. Oh, you're right. You are good eye. I have to really send my compliments for catching that. That's a good catch.
You
Isn't
put-
there,
you put
isn't there a
pennies-
second,
put
is that a
pennies in
second
there.
blue radio bank up in the top?
Maybe it had a little music box in it or something.
What's
I
that?
don't know. I
that's
wonder-
right. I think Carl's right. That might be a
Yeah.
music box.
Could be. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's one of those. What do they call those things where you kept spinning it? I don't think it's
Oh.
wind up, but I don't see the wind up. Maybe you have to just keep spinning it. Huh.
Well, there may be a coil in there.
Maybe.
And a little, I think it's just a sign. piece
Although
of
actually,
advertising.
it could be a coffee grind. I mean, is it possible? Because I'm just wondering, is this a setting or is this
That's a
fixed?
small cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Well,
It's made to fill up one of those little Keurig cups,
That's
Yeah.
how if you have any mice in the house and they want a cappuccino late at night, they can just pull that out and grind some beans and have it.
something up there that says Stromberg Carlson or something on it. I don't know what it is. A piece of advertising.
Oh, I see. Let me see it get a little bit closer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Carlson
Ah.
radio
It
something.
lights up.
I'm a fan of Stromberg Carlson's.
John,
Yeah.
way over on the right, there's a telegraph key I'd like to look at.
Oh, sure.
A little black guy. Yeah,
Like,
it's Vibraplex. Okay, got it.
This is why I've commended John on his photography. He can somehow find this stuff and get it all
yeah.
in one
One
shot. And it's just
That's-
really cool.
Yeah, that's why I decided to use his deck because he always has great photos and never, obviously you can see he can spend, 15, 20 minutes on a single photo. He always has good stuff for us to pour through. Well, even better.
Ooh.
A
Beta.
yes, a Veda and a Halton. But you don't see those
There's a
till
Halton. That was really funny. I was at the DVHRC meeting last night in Pennsylvania, and there was a person that came by and said he knew someone that collected Halton radios. I'm thinking, wow, that's really a narrow window.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
heard of them.
But
yeah,
they made them for a while. I actually kind of did a semi deep dive into the internet, and they actually were around for a little while. Made a number of radios.
Badwater
Yeah, but
Kent.
it looks like
There's a nice
over on the
Atwater
left there,
Kent.
I'm having a flashback to trying to fix one of those. Is that the radio, a different version of the radio, Greg, that I've been working on or was working on for a
Yeah, that is.
neighbor?
That's the Zenith, like the console you have, I think, on the
Yeah.
left there.
And it looks
yeah, this one right here. Yeah.
What is the that's a
7Q.
41 Zenith, 7S, and I forget the rest of the
yeah,
number.
7S, blah blah blah. They're
Yeah,
basically
Yeah.
I've
all the
got that
same.
model, and Noah worked on the console version of that.
Yep. Yeah, the one with all the rubber wires that
Yeah.
turn into just bare
Oh, they're a
wires.
nightmare,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Them tone
Yes, they
control
are.
buttons. Yeah.
That's nice. That's a really nice shape.
Yeah, I wish the one that I worked on looked like that instead of the beat up console.
Yeah.
Although the console has really good sound because of the size of the speaker in it. But
Right. Oh, there's a huge RCA.
Look at that. Oh.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Those bring
Not
some
sure
bucks.
what that cathedral is. It's got a script on
Yeah.
it below the dial, but I can't quite make that out.
Maybe
Something
Howard
called-
recognizes it.
Ooh, that's a tough one to read. So I see
Yeah.
that's
Maybe
I think I got this at full.
I
got-
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, can't see it either.
It's not one I've ever seen before. I mean, it has a unique style and dial
it's kind of
face.
like an
institution.
umbrella stained glass kind of thing.
John, just try clicking. It has a plus there. Maybe it'll get bigger. No. Well, yeah.
Oh, well,
Oh,
let's see.
there
Oh, there we go. I got it at something EV
Something Bell?
Bell.
Something evil.
Yeah, it looks like evil.
Evil.
People.
Evil.
Resident Evil. No, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that was a Hollywood movie prop for a 50s drive-in movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's a tag put on top of another logo.
Yeah.
It looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
something.
Look at that antenna on the
That
left.
antenna, yeah,
Beautiful.
that'll,
Wow.
Yeah.
as long as you're living at the base of the tower, that'll bring in something.
Oh, yeah. That's
It
nice.
looks like the antenna is collapsed. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
like it folds out. It
Yeah.
turns into a big
Yeah.
wow.
big
star-shaped
antenna?
thing.
Well,
And
I,
it cl-
I would just like to see it set up. I mean, it's
Yeah,
really
that's
That's
interesting.
how it comes when you take it out of the box and then it folds out.
Right. But it becomes an antenna and a clothesline.
And then a bird feeder.
Looks like
Yes.
a cluster of tubes from a breadboard on the corner there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Get tubes on that.
Yes, indeed.
That's where the phrase "get her done" came from. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, these photos are copyrighted.
Yeah, I noticed that. I promised not to copy. We're just walking
send the
through.
bill.
There's a
John
Lone Ranger
Gibbons.
radio.
Yeah, very nice.
The symphony radio.
Yes.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very gothic.
yeah, it is.
Is that a Repwood cabinet or such a cardboard cabinet?
Don't know, but it looks cool.
I've never seen one. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. And I've not sure. Wow, it's like with yeah. Lone Ranger radio is in nice shape.
Yeah. The same cabinet as a Charlie McCarthy.
Yeah, huh?
Ooh, what's that?
Ooh.
Carefully.
This envelope
Silvertone.
contains
Okay.
Silvertone.
Mhm.
Interesting knobs.
Thinking instructions.
Can't see the price though.
I've never seen one in that cabinet, and if you look at the side of it, it looks like there's a heart. It's almost like it's a little bench,
Yeah.
but it looks
Oh
like there's
yeah,
a heart-shaped opening.
yeah. Or
That
it's
might be a
it's
hand.
teardrop.
That might be a custom-made thing.
I have a
Maybe.
feeling you're right.
I've never seen anything like that.
No.
Yeah, nice job though. When you look at
Oh,
the overall
beautiful.
cabinet, it looks like it
A-
could have come out of,
And I could be wrong. Maybe it's not, but it just looks like.
So the
No,
interesting thing is, so with this, unless they just got the chassis, the instructions and all, you'd think it came right out of a box or
There's the
something.
model number on there. No. No.
Yeah, see anything. Hmm. Nice, nicely done. I mean, you know what? Even if it's a quote homebrew, beautifully done. Certainly unique. Even look at the knobs and all, they're kind of, certainly unusual. Oh, lots of stuff.
Yeah, that's a great picture over here. A little bit of everything. I think those are
Yeah.
Thomas reproductions.
Yeah, I agree.
With that
Or,
that
yeah.
big stand-up speaker in the background. Look at that.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's good size. It almost looks
That's
like a
gotta be
spotlight.
It's got to be an Electro Voice or who knows what, or
Yeah.
Carlson
Electro
or something.
Voice.
Look at those HP things there on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got Heathkit transmitter there.
Yeah. A Clipperton.
What was that? DX4, a DX40, $25. Ain't bad.
Yeah.
Do some AM and CW. Great photos.
Yeah.
They're HP 8601 sweepers, I think.
Hmm.
Hmm. All
Wow.
right. Yeah, there's some good stuff here.
That's Jay Volke's table. He came all the way from Wisconsin out there.
Oh, you know the table, know the goods?
I know the goods well. He's always got them set up in Wisconsin here.
Oh. What do we got here? I'm so curious about this sort of refrigerator style radio
Yeah.
here.
Usually, that's usually a small thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a hotel radio, actually. I could be wrong. Do you know,
Really?
Greg?
I think you're right. He's been trying to sell that to me for years.
The truth comes out.
So I haven't really researched it that heavily. Same with the white one next to it. He's been
It's
after
like
me.
I know the one guy in the world I might be able to sell this to.
Yeah.
What can I do to get you into this baby
For the
today?
longest
Pretty
time, he was
cool.
missing the knobs on it. He must have found some knobs for it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's unusual. I think
looks
it's
like
I'd
a
have
mini
to have one
console.
of the smaller refrigerator style ones sitting
Yeah, I was
on
going
top of
to
it.
say that reminds me of that Westinghouse fridge
Yes.
radio. the
Yeah,
plastic
you'd have
one.
to
Yeah.
have the
Yeah,
Westinghouse
except that-
sitting on top of that and sell it as a pair.
exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Then
Like
I might have been tempted.
the woofers on the bottom and the tweeter would be on the top. of the Westinghouse.
No, you'd probably just call that one the ice box rather than the refrigerator.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we
So
go.
predates the refrigerator.
There you
Yep.
go. There you go.
And Atwater Kent is pretty nice. You got your pointer on it.
Right here?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
they actually did a reproduction some of that one time.
Nice.
I think the
Interesting
white
piece.
one is now.
This white one's kind of interesting in the back there. Clock radio. Is that it? No, maybe it's just a pure clock. I was thinking it may be a clock radio, but I don't see any knobs
But it's
anywhere.
got extra little knobs and switches below it.
Yeah,
so
that's
for
usually if
5,
it's saying
6,
the
7,
alarm. Yeah.
That's the alarm.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just a fancy looking clock and not a radio, but
Wake to music.
well, I mean, maybe it's guided the controls in the back. Maybe they didn't really,
Yeah,
put it, or maybe on the
right
right
hand
hand
side where you
side.
can't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's got a little receptacle on the back where you plug a radio into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I've seen them in person, but I've never looked at the back of them.
This is unusual radio with this case and so forth.
Yeah,
Okay.
some alligator skin or snake
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah. Never seen anything like that before. That's
I saw
interesting.
one of those in the driveway yesterday.
Nah. And it quickly became a radio cover.
It was moving, so I went away rather quickly. So.
Is it now a pair of boots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not my boots.
Whoop.
I have to say those battery radios are starting to look attractive to me with the old big light front panels.
Hmm. Definitely. There's some kind of pieces you don't see too often. I mean, Motorola here with the square, kind of like the L-shaped dial face. That's kind of neat.
Grab the 3-dial radio bakelits now because boy, they are at the bottom of the market.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
$10 table.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one I paid $300 for about 10 years ago. I saw one for $30 at Brookline. That wasn't even moving.
What's
Wow.
that thing? What's that thing down in the lower right?
Gary Norman has got, if you're really serious about it, Gary Norman's got an original Holocraft, Hammerland 3-dialer. When they first came out with this stuff in beautiful shape with all the instruction manuals and everything. And he's been trying desperately to sell it at Kutztown. He had it at Nearfest. He had it at Brookline. So you might want to get a hold of him.
There's a guy down here on the South Shore of Massachusetts who he has a barn full of 3-dialers, and I had to tell him, I said, listen, there's just unfortunately no market for them right now. I kind of picked through them and I didn't see anything really that I wanted, and I'm at capacity.
Yeah. You have to be very selective.
It's too bad, but you know.
Yeah.
Well, the space. It's the space. They're big radios.
Yeah.
You know, so they're kind of like well, if you can't find a console won't fit in your house, we'll try a 3-dialer. Well, 3-dialer won't fit, then you just kind of work your way down the size chain until something will fit.
Yeah.
But they're kind of fun to play with.
They are. $3 are neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an interesting radio. I'm not sure what kind it is. I don't have enough of from the picture, but this is certainly unusual.
I wish John could have backed out of that thing a little bit so you could see more. It reminds me of like a small portable, like a 50s RCA TV or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
exactly.
I was thinking it was my first thought was it was a UHF converter or something,
I think that's an Emerson, John. That's an Emerson.
Is it?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think you are.
It has
I think
Emerson
that says Emerson
on
right
the
there.
dial. I mean, the numbers.
I think it says Emerson right here. So I think it says
okay.
175. Did I get that right? Maybe.
Ooh, it's not that cool.
Yeah.
It's like watching Antiques Roadshow,
Yeah, it's like next slide.
2011, it was worth $10,000, and then 2024, it's worth $11.
Yeah, no, I'm quite sure I see 3 numbers, so it's 3 digits no matter what. And it sounds like I think we lost Noah on that one.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You know I was a cheap bastard when you let me into the call.
That's all right. I think you're amongst empathetic viewers.
This is a nice variety of
stuff. Yeah, that's some cool stuff.
Got a Motorola, you got an Addison. I can't quite make out the little guy next to the what is that?
Tomboy.
And
look at that lamp. That's actually kind of terrific. I don't know when
look at that cool yellow cord reel.
Yeah, the cord reel's got my attention.
Yeah, buy one of them.
Yeah.
$10 for that.
So at the top we got Emerson
up there on the top shelf.
Emerson, yeah, that's an Emerson.
Not sure what that transistor is. I can't quite make that out.
I don't know. It almost looks like a Zenith pocket transistor radio sort of turned sideways, kind of.
Yeah, there were a couple radio manufacturers that did that.
I wasn't sure it was Magnavox, but I don't think that holds.
No.
I was looking at the script of the bottom here, and
yeah,
it looked like Magnavox to me.
Maybe it is.
Hi-Fi. I don't know what says underneath that.
This is as far as they can go, and I don't think in Magnavox fits because I see too many things.
Too many things.
Yeah.
It's a Husqvarna. No,
there we go. you can
two or 4-stroke.
Yeah.
Mow your lawn and play radio.
Oh, it's great.
That's kind of cool.
It's a neat looking clock. Looks like someone had fun with their spirograph and then etched it on some plexiglass.
That's super spirograph.
Yes.
There we go. I'm trying to get back to where we were.
Yeah, little Edison is really pretty. in the
Philco has a
photo.
gift for
is.
making people happy.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah. Elvis Presley. Elvis is in the building.
Yeah.
There he is.
Okay, that's actually a pretty nice advertisement. Christmas advertisement.
It survived.
Yeah. That's cool. That is cool.
Oh, it's got some zenith tubes there in the can yet.
Yep. Yep.
See them laying there?
Oh yeah.
I came across one of them and my wife wanted it, and she has it on her work table.
Wow.
And she just
That-
likes
that's
it.
weird stuff.
What the heck is that?
That
That's a
reminds me.
Pontiac.
The guy's gonna say reminds me of Pontiac.
The Pontiac. It's the Chief.
Captain Pontiac, 275.
Cadillac
Look at
and
that.
Pontiac.
It is the Pontiac.
Whoa.
Oh,
Ding, 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 ding.
Does the head light up?
I'm sure it does.
That'd be
It better
awesome.
for 275.
Oh man, it's got my
Better,
attention.
it better bring rain during a drought for 275.
It says if you see something you want on this table, call me in the cell. There's your chance.
Yeah.
actually, you should call them right now. Make out the
Is that a Liberty Bell?
Yeah, it kind of looks
Yeah.
like something like that, but I can't read it's just too hard to read.
And maybe who's
Look
that?
at
Lou
baseball.
Gehrig on top of that baseball?
What?
Who or Ted Williams or somebody? Somebody right-handed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't quite make. I think it's because of the Catalan base.
That's a Theta over
If
in
that
Warren.
lights up.
I like that
Should have had a good number on it.
Yeah, honestly, but I don't know if I can get how close I can get, but no, I can't. It's lose the resolution.
I think that is a Liberty Bell because it looks like on the left there's the crack.
Crack. Yep.
Oh,
Yep, 1926 it says. I don't know why that says that, but 17 was that did it crack in 1776? I'm trying to think if you do the math, that's 18
Yeah.
150 years old. Did that make it?
Could be.
Maybe it was the 150th anniversary of the Liberty Bell.
There's a power cord going into it. It appears. I'm guessing a lamp, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it's probably
And it
yeah.
looks-
Yeah.
It looks like a pretty modern power.
It looks like it's on some sort of base that might be
Yeah.
a radio.
Yep.
Oh yeah, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell because he said, but yeah, it may be something like that. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
seen
hey,
one.
yeah.
You got an interesting collection.
This is stuff I've never seen before. Like the
Oh.
Pontiac is cool. Never seen that. Yeah, all right. So we got a lamp. And what we got over here.
Be a
A
Crosby.
tube lamp, isn't
A
it? It's made out of a tube.
Oh, you may be right. Let's show you even getting closer. This is, I think,
Yeah.
Cool. That is pretty nifty.
It's a lamp and a rectifier.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
a heater.
battery eliminator for a battery set.
Sorry, I gotta see if I can. I don't know why I'm suddenly having trouble.
Open the lid on that thing.
Yeah, I'll try. If only I
Your
could.
record pops out. It's all right.
Yeah. I caught that.
Someday with AI, you'll be able to open the lid on that thing.
That'd be
Right,
cool.
right. That's
gotta
the
be
next
about 2 days.
iPhone version.
But it'd be full of transistors or something, right?
Yeah.
It'll make it up.
Right, a couple of is that a Halston again? Yeah, Halton. Yeah, another
Oh,
might
it's
be.
just a different angle.
Yeah, I think
it's
you're
just
right.
a different angle because you got that 7S blah blah
Yeah,
blah thing in the
there it
background.
is. Yeah.
I'll never forget what those look like having gone through one of those.
Ah,
Now this
Auction.
was the
some
Friday
some
night
vintage
auction.
people for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night auction. They had over 500 items in
Wow.
this auction. The auction started at roughly 5 o'clock, maybe a few minutes after. And the gavel went down the final item about 10 after 9, I understand.
I can believe it. Well, they
So
still
you
banked
had
them out pretty fast.
You
That's
had
pretty-
2 auctioneers and then just a bunch of guys shuffling stuff around. The guy in the foreground with the yellow catcher in the back, that's Darren, and he's one of the auctioneers. Matter of fact, those guys are having an auction on Saturday, and my wife and I are going to go help them out right here in New Jersey.
Looks
About
like some
45
pretty
minutes
heavy
from here.
stuff being auctioned off.
Following the baseball cap in the lower right, he shows up at I've forgotten his name, but he shows up at a lot of the Nevek meets.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I've seen him. I can't put a name to the face.
If you look in the same picture before we jump out here, you see the console to the left. It's got 3 boxes of tubes on top of it.
Yep.
That was a Zenith Super 7 that was restored and working, and it only went for $65.
Huh.
Oh,
Well, I mean, look how
Well,
big
I
it
wanted
is
to
and how
cry.
much it weighs.
Yes. Well, you get more dollar for pound,
Yeah.
more bang for your buck right there.
yeah.
But I believe that radio had now Greg could maybe with your vast knowledge, maybe you could correct me. I think that had a 50 in the output.
Boy, I honestly wouldn't know.
I'm pretty sure it had a 50 for an output.
That's one of those, when it's in the flea market, I walk up to the guy who's selling it and it's like, I can afford the radio, I just can't afford the divorce.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
I heard
Oh,
some
here's-
more of the auction items here.
Oh, there we go. I think I recognize
I think that was a
chassis.
Philco, it was Philco
Renninger.
70 chassis, and it was
Yep.
an Emerson and Crosley Repop, a Peerless speaker.
Yeah.
There was a couple $3 that you can't see very well, but it's just a cross section of the auction right there.
Sure.
And there were a lot of bargains during the auction. I only stayed for 45 minutes because I had to get back home, and I sell tubes at these events, and I had to go home and replenish my tube stock and, take a shower, go to bed, get up at some really crazy hour in the morning and
Yeah.
drive an hour and 45 minutes back to Kutztown from my home
Yeah.
and do
We call
Saturdays.
that, we refer to that as O Dark 30.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Oh, I know that all too well.
And my wife is terrific. She puts up with my nonsense and she does it right along with me, and it's
Did you
great.
take the wagon?
I would drive the wagon to Kutztown. The only problem is I have a 2-speed in the car.
Yeah.
And to do that trip would probably cost me about between 80 and $100 on premium fuel.
Yeah.
So I don't do that.
Yeah, that's like a 10 mile per gallon vehicle, probably.
If I can get premium for $2 a gallon, I'd probably do it, but it ain't gonna happen. I think the last time I put gas in my premium gas, I think was the last time I put gas in the wagon was $3.70 something a gallon.
Yeah.
Well, your
It's
alternative
probably
is,
cheaper than you guys, but I
Your
mean, I'm only getting like
alternative-
10 miles a gallon.
your alternative is to spend $18,000 on an LS3 with a 4L80 transmission, and think of how much gas you could buy with that much money. So why bother?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I only paid $7,000 for the car broken. I had to fix it when I bought it. So, can't do that.
There is not to digress, but that's what I do. There's a place down here in Georgetown that is called Texas Speed and Performance.
Yes,
And
I'm
they
familiar
make,
with them.
they make more LS3s than General Motors does at this point in time.
Wow.
They ship 100 LS3s per week.
Wow.
And the lowest rated LS3 that they ship, not that they all make it, but the way they ship it, if you do your little this and your little that,
It's in the fives, isn't it?
they're guaranteed to do 1,000 horsepower.
Wow. I
And
thought
they
the
ship-
base crate motor was somewhere around 530 or 520.
Oh yeah,
or
but
something like that.
those are like too ubiquitous. They can't make any money on those, so they start at 1,000 and they go, that like
Crazy.
Faster with Finnegan show. One of those guys just showed
Yeah,
up.
and that's probably for like a supercharger, couple
Yeah,
of
they just picked up an 1,800 horse version from them like 2 weeks ago.
Yikes.
It's
Crazy.
It's just
it's nice
it's
to have money,
insane.
huh?
Oh, it's insane. It's
Yeah.
just nuts.
That's funny. Wow.
Sorry about that,
No,
guys.
that's quite all
It's all
right. Is that a Scott?
Yes.
Looks like
Yeah,
it to
man,
me.
just that speaker cone will buff out, little tissue
and
paper and
yeah,
some Elmer's
I
glue.
think that's the speaker for it too.
Yeah, it is. It is. I still miss my Scott, and that's the power supply and an audio amplifier in the box.
See
The
the little
Yeah.
RF
patch.
and the IF is in the chassis.
I don't remember which Scott that came out of though.
Well, you got to count the tubes, and then that gives you the
Yeah.
model number.
The Chrome was actually pretty decent
Oh,
on it.
I mean, it's two A3s in the output, like push pull two A3s. The sound is
Yes.
astounding that comes out of these things.
That
Cool.
looks like an open air speaker.
There's an
though.
Yeah.
avometer in the background there, that BOM.
Oh yeah.
I don't recognize can't name the signal tracer or the other thing with the Weston meter.
Cool. All right. Look at all these different sets in Admiral. And
A lot of these radios went
Epson.
between 20 and $50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of them
55.
were really nice. They were in really good shape.
And
Like
pair of
these
these Olympic radios were auctioned for like $30. I've seen it at a recent auction out here.
I like that little kind of orange creamsicle one. It was sort of like a battery charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the little it's just a simple knobs, just
Chicken head knobs. Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Little
That's
chicken
where
head. Yeah.
yeah.
4-tube Arvin.
Is
What's
that what it is?
the sort of gray one in the background there?
Ooh, boy, the gray and white.
Drive-in movies theater speaker.
No, the one the
No, the
green
gray
tag
one to the
handle on
right.
top.
You keep to the right in the back, like the third one back behind the orange one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This
That guy.
oh no.
I forget what that was.
That almost looks a little like a Westinghouse, but I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like another refrigerator style unit.
Wonder if that's a tube portable or something.
Hmm.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm maxed out. I can't get any further in. Because I'm just wondering, is there a W there? I'm just looking at this badges, just to
Maybe in another screen we'll be able to see the other side of it.
yeah,
Hmm.
maybe. Good stuff.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Oh, back outside.
The next morning, huh?
Send them all to Greg.
No, actually, I think that's more of Jay's stuff.
Did he try to sell you any of these? All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah. I'll make you a
Package
good deal, he said. Always.
No credit, no problem.
Yeah.
Couple of weekends, you'll have them all nice and shiny.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I saw this collection when I was there, and it was just really impressive. The little Ursa. You can even see, you can see he's got a couple $3 there, and then
yeah,
some 30s and 40s, pretty much all pre-war stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. What's that really long $3 back there?
That blue thing, I have no idea what that is.
Neutral wound.
That's called a neutral wound.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
6 tubes.
Yeah.
Jay is also a good source for knobs. I get a lot of knobs from him. He's
Good to know.
a knob vendor.
Source for speakers too, up top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. TV. So now back to the auction.
I think that's RCA 930 TS.
Yep.
And
It's
rabbit.
Everybody should own one.
That's about 6 weeks of my life I'll never get back.
I worked on a DeWalt version that we had in our museum, and I was having problems with the horizontal. I couldn't believe how many 5U4 tubes were in that radio.
Oh yeah.
Or in TV, I should say.
Somewhere between 51 and 793 tubes in that thing.
It's just amazing because
Oh,
RCA made a buttload of those things, and they were just tagged with DeWalt, and there must have been about 6 different TV manufacturers that either had the same TV or variations of it.
And even at the wonderful, generous prices of our wonderful Joe Coco, there's probably about $60 worth of electrolytics alone in that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd rather have that Belmont or Coronado rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm with you
better.
on that, Greg. I don't do TVs. I haven't done TV since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
They're
haven't
nice to
been
look at. I wouldn't care to work on them.
There's the guru. I won't mention his name, but I would call him the club guru of the NJARC club, and he says that's the devil's workshop inside that television set.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe
I
it.
just a long time ago when I decided if any other TVs I was going to work on, I was just converting them to RCA jacks with direct audio and video injection, so I didn't have to align the IFs or worry about the tuners and channel 3 and all that. I just went right into the video tube, with the video from a VCR or a DVD
Yep.
player, and right into the volume control with the audio, and it's like done.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
Hey, Tennessee. Oh, Scout. Hi, Scout.
Hi, Scout.
My neighbor's
Fire alarm
dogs just
box.
came to visit.
If you're going to work on TVs, you got to have one of those fire alarm boxes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
You also have the exactly
911. There you go.
Uh,
That's also the two
Funny.
counts on that TV.
Yeah, exactly.
But some neat stuff. What the heck is this over here?
It's calibrated in meters.
That's an RME
Oh.
pre-selector, I think.
Oh, okay. I think
Yes.
It has a through mode.
Yeah, that's
You're right.
yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Is that
RME
like one of those
pre-selector.
little like not spice rack, but a similar kind of radio, like, novelty radio there?
Oh, in the
Yes.
lower left?
Yeah, right here. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think so. Potentially, I would say.
They made the Country Bell, and then they made the spice rack, and
Oh,
then
the Guild radios.
The Guild.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Guild.
exactly.
I couldn't think of
Yeah.
Guild.
You got it, because it's the tuners on the bottom drawer. And
Yeah.
the top one is probably the on-off button and
On-off
volume.
volume.
Yeah. And over here is its Telefunken Jubilata
Yep.
5161, I think. From about
Yes. John, did you
60
see my email about the cute little setup for replacing selenium rectifiers?
No, I haven't seen. Did you send it today?
Yeah, I sent it today.
Oh,
today.
Okay, I haven't quite it yet. I will look at it. But yeah, that's actually a nifty. Actually, I have a couple of these. Their only weak spot is their buttons don't age well. I think they use cheaper plastic, so they crack. So it's very easy to break a button just simply from plastic aging. Fortunately, I have a spare set of switches I got from eBay, buttons. But they're actually nice radios. That's a deluxe because it's got the tuning eye. That's got the EM84 tuning eye. These quite a more than respectable radio.
What's that logo in the middle?
Whoop. Oh, I don't know. Let's go take a look.
I'm not used to seeing that.
I think someone. What is that?
I don't know. I'm used to seeing the tuning eye and the script, but not that weird thing in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know. It says an N. It has an N on there, but I have no idea why it's there. Is they hanging off there? I mean, I've never seen that because it says Telefunken has Jubilata, and that's definitely Jubilata.
Probably some kid put a sticker on or something.
Maybe. It looks pretty well done, whatever it was. Huh. I don't know. The mystery will remain unsolved.
Yeah.
The nice little record player up on top there too. That white.
Yeah. I was looking at that.
Plays only 78s, I think, but
that can be fixed.
Yeah.
I've gotten pretty good at swapping out the multi-speed motors for the 78 motors.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I did that to my K-Part flip over record changer so I could play LPs on it.
Good upgrade.
The tricky part is getting the cartridge so that you don't carve up your LPs when you play them. You can't use that 78 stylus.
Right. There's two up John's alley right there.
Yeah, that's right. We got a Grundig here. That's a 99 XXXVII, I think.
Mhm.
Nice radio. It's a nice mid-level radio, but still it's a nice shape. And here's a Lova Opta over here. And this one looks like maybe an Apollo, maybe.
You know better than anyone else on the call.
Yeah. They got the tuning eye too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then that's probably like a I don't know whether they use EM80 or on that. Hopefully not the
And depending upon the radio and the quality of it, they either have like little sort of 3x5 cone speakers, or they have electrostatics aiming out the
these
sides.
these I believe what they did is Lova Opta had the main front speaker, and they had these baffles. They were just wood baffles they would put around it, around
Oh,
the speakers. And so they may have, depending on the model, this one might not have had actual real speakers. They tried to get the
okay.
3D effect by actually putting just these baffles in there. It's the upper ones, the upper line ones had real speakers.
Because I've only had about a 50-50 success rate on taking those electrostatics apart and
Yeah,
putting the foil back together the right way and getting them to tweet the way they're supposed to.
I found a guide on someone that posted something that I found on rebuilding them, and I do
Yeah.
have a Telefunken Gavoda with exactly those flat panel that I'll have to rebuild.
I probably watch that same YouTube,
Yeah.
and he makes it look easy, and of course it's not, but
I forgot which model it was, but the same radio, because I always loved the mid-50s Lova Opta design, because it has this nice inset, very elegant looking cabinets. They made one, I'm trying to remember the model, where it had a pull down a switch, and they had two lamps that lit up
wow.
the dial face, the grill cloth. It was really cool. So it was a lamp and a radio. It was just
If
a little
the
to the left side. You just had a little pull chain switch.
if the shellac or lacquer or whatever the hell it is they use on them, hasn't gone south, they're amazing to look at, but a lot of
It-
times they've got those cracks.
Yeah, yeah. Just the crazing, yeah, is common. But on those, less likely. They didn't use, at least on some of these, didn't use the really high gloss finish. It was a lower gloss, and they were a little less susceptible to that. But yeah, those high gloss, especially the late 50s, early 60s, but they cracked quickly.
And those are the ones I have because they have
Yeah.
like real FM on them, and I want
Yeah. Pardon me. Right. Oh, no, look at that. These are
That's a
cool.
classic.
Ooh.
What we got here? Does anyone recognize this? It's a
I
really
recognize the one on the right.
Yeah.
I
That's
had two
both
of
of 'em.
those.
Admiral.
this one on the left is quite intriguing.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
I
one
don't know
on the
what-
right's quite a good radio, and it has very good sound. I just can't remember what the heck it is. I gave it to my daughter.
It's an Admiral.
Admiral, thank you. It's an Admiral.
Oh, okay.
It's,
That's
it's
pretty-
actually a very nice sounding playing radio. Of course, the turntable only plays 78s, but
This looks like straight out of the late 30s. This one here.
yeah,
I love the the Aero Art Deco look.
yeah.
You
It
need
gets-
this with a
gets-
Chrysler Airflow.
It gets 2 more miles per gallon than the one on the right.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole idea. If you're running around the house with that, you're going to make you have much more efficient in cutting through the wind. And here's some sort of tester, I guess.
That's a Hickok. I forget the model number.
yeah,
on that.
tube tester.
That's actually a really nice tube tester.
Now, does that raised center section lift out and then you can put a different one in?
I think what that is I have a couple Hickok testers, but I don't have that one. What that does is it adapts, allows you to use, compactrons and, Novars and all these other weird tubes.
Yeah.
I
I've
don't
got
remember if
one of
that's
those-
removable. I think you can remove that.
I've got one of those that I've been looking for the insert to go in there so I could test 4-pin tubes, because there is
Mhm.
an insert for 4-pin tubes and I can't find
That
it
that has
anywhere.
the insert for 4-pin too, 4 and 5 pins, all the fat pin stuff.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
they're I don't know. They all went away somewhere, but I've got that tube tester, so I can use it 90% of the time. But if I have something extra old with 4 pins, I'm dead in the water, or I'm using alligator clips to like fake it. You know?
Oh, you need a TV too.
I stick little screwdrivers into the holes and put alligator clips on and go over to the, it's like you can test a Type 80 as if it was a 5U4 as long as you account for the difference in the current draw.
Just a vista view. Somewhat. Maybe we'll move on to the next one. Okay. Is this the club?
That's Rudy. He sells T-shirts.
Oh, okay.
Is
And
that,
you
is
can
that
get-
the is that the piss and moan about everything club T-shirt?
Oh, it's funny.
There is a guy who does that.
Tim Tron.
Zenith.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big dial face.
That's got to be a 10 or 12 tuber.
Yeah.
Nice grain on the
Yeah.
veneer.
That's
Nice
beautiful.
figure.
That's beautiful. I'm sure it's a healthy price. That's nice. Oh, here we go.
Ooh, that's some nice stuff.
Look at the box for that 40 Zenith right there.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No.
It's just an odd radio because it's a Zenith radio it's got a sweep dial on instead of round.
Right.
And Zenith only made those radios for 1 year, but they weren't as ornate as that thing. So I don't know if that's homebrew or Zenith actually made that box.
No, it's pretty amazing. That's homebrew. That looks, it's quite ornately done.
Legit, Bob. I've seen a picture of that before, but I've never seen one in person.
Oh, that's nice.
Slightly easier to restore than the television set just to the left of it.
Look at that! Look at that thing. I mean,
it's even harder to find a picture to.
A Sony Watchman is big screen compared to
I'm
this.
blocking right now. I mean, because I did fix one of those once, but like my brain has said, no, you're not even going to remember what the hell it was because
PTSDs. Yeah.
What's the thing on the right?
That looks like part of a Scott
Arvin rhythm.
That's an Arvin.
Arvin, wow, that's terrific.
Oh no, I thought you mean
the chrome thing. The Scott? Is that
yeah.
Doesn't say Scott on it though. What's it say?
No, it's like a Scott knockoff.
Yeah, it is Scott. It does say Scott. At least the emblem.
It does say Scott. Yeah, that's a Scott.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a black one.
It's like the early, the Atwater Kents. They look better out of the box than they do in the box. They're just they're beautiful.
So is that where the saying "Great Scott" came from?
I don't know, maybe. As opposed to Great Caesar's ghost.
Right. Or Batman said that all the time. So he obviously had a Scott amplifier somewhere in his back cave.
I'm telling you, I mean, the radio was a good performer, but the audio amplifier was just amazing.
Well, there's a couple of Scotts for you.
Yeah, slightly more modern.
Yeah.
Late 50s, early 60s.
Yes, indeed. Nice looking pieces, though.
330's nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an interesting dial on that wood.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Is that that's not a climax or anything, is it?
Wilcox Gay.
Oh, look at that. I knew, Howard, look at you.
Pull that
one. I was going to say, he's going.
The thing, who's going to argue with him? I couldn't.
No, he just made this up. And we're like, yeah,
that's
okay.
right.
No, that's a good call, Howard. That's pretty, actually, I think I see a Wilcox or something in that lower right hand.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's actually lying. No, yeah, I see something down there. So, yeah.
Wilcox
was the Wilcox Gay a precursor to the transoceanic?
That's pretty good.
Sorry. Am I banned from all future Zooms? Is this being recorded?
Sadly, it is. So I'm going to have to go. Beep.
That's not funny.
That's not funny. That's right.
I have a feeling YouTube's going to have a problem with this.
Oh boy, you guys! I
have
to admit, it's clever.
Elon will be okay with it.
That's clever. I have to admit. Well, I make
Mm.
sure I post them not made for children. But oh, look at that, Victor.
Ooh.
Oh, say Victor.
Yeah, with some extra records and rolls in the
Yeah,
background.
yeah,
We got that horn shined up.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. We have Howard on the call. I never got around to. I still have those home recording of those records that I'm afraid to touch, that I was going to try to send to you to see if you could play them and digitize them.
Mm.
At the fall show last year, I did successfully digitize the recording of
Oh yeah.
Bruce Burgess's dad.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and with some playing and filtering, got it to be pretty well audible, and
So
he got to hear his dad for the
what
first
is, I
time.
don't even know what the speed is of these things. Are they 78s? Are
It's
they
approximately 78.
okay?
Yep.
What's that thing in the plexiglass case? Looks like an old tube tester or something. Got a lot of meters on it.
Yeah. Not sure what it is, but it must have some value because it's cased up that way.
I'd explain it to you, but it's very technical.
Oh man.
Spartan Bluebird there in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spartan. It could
I
be a
think-
reproduction, but
yeah,
I
I-
don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff on that table. Maybe it's a
Yeah, it
The
could
nice
be.
5-tooth Zenith
It,
next
does-
to it.
it looks pretty compelling. It may be the real deal. It's hard to say. Maybe.
36 Zenith.
Oh yeah. Yep. There's the club table, huh?
There's the Waltons they were giving away.
That was the raffle radio. That was
Wow.
the 7-tube Waltons.
Mm.
And I guess it
Nice.
wasn't you who won, Bob, unfortunately, huh?
No, the radio was won by a local gentleman that lived just outside of Renning, and that's only about 20 minutes from Kutztown. So it was
Good.
funny because he was at the event and he had gone home, found out he won, and then turned around and says, "Well, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Pick up the radio."
Oh yeah, I'd
So
drive
I
over
was.
that.
I'll tell you a quick story. I was at the DVHRC meeting in Pennsylvania last night. I got home very late, and what they're going to do this year is that they want to try to run a little bit longer on Saturdays. Usually by lunchtime, people are packing up already, and it's kind of not helping out the people that are still having real jobs and they can't make it out there on a Thursday or Friday. So there's no more Thursdays, and they're going to try to run a little bit later on Saturday. So what was discussed was they're going to run the auction radio in the spring. They're going to auction it off at maybe 2:00, and you'd have to be present to get it.
Mm.
All right, so just as kind of a way to keep people there a little longer. And I
Right.
also found out, I'll tell you this real quick. They had a cannabis festival the weekend after our thing.
And you were
Yeah,
there?
keep people
It
there
was kind of
longer.
funny because I was out in Pennsylvania earlier this week with my wife. We were shopping, and we had the local rock station on in the car. And every 5 minutes, they kept talking about, "Hey, there's going to be a cannabis festival over at the Rangers in Kutztown this weekend." Such a thing. So the guys that actually live close there said they had 50,000 people show up for this thing.
Wow.
And there's
Wow.
only a 2-lane road that leads to
Oh my God.
Rangers. Is the people that run they own the property and they have the buildings and all that.
Was
So,
his name Max
It took
Yasgur
2
by
hours
any
to
chance?
drive 1/8 of a mile to get
Yeah.
anywhere near that. That's how bad it was. So
Wow.
it was kind of like the Pennsylvania version of Woodstock.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
New York Thruway's closed, man.
Yeah, exactly. I figure I'd share that portion of it with you, and in case
Wow.
Pennsylvania guys watch this video, they know that I'm speaking the truth, because that I was just blown away by that.
The owner of the
Cheech and Chong come
property was
rolling up with their van.
I have no idea. I didn't go.
they were hanging around waiting to inhale the fumes of the console burning bonfire.
Well, the thing is, they have a great deal of property over there. It's a number of there's several acres. I'm going to guess off the top of my head, probably about 15 to 18 acres there. So it could easily fill up with that people and cars and all that. And there's just a bunch of people probably there out in the woods smoking pot. So
Bob, think of how
I'm sorry, Carl,
think
go
of how
ahead.
well the deli and food
Right.
store did just as you come in.
Well, there's buildings where they have a lot of people that do sell food and Amish there. So it's kind of funny. You see the Amish waiting on all the potheads, giving them
Yeah.
hamburgers and kielbasa sandwiches and
Distant
kinds of
distant
stuff. It's kind
relative
of
of
funny.
Max Yasgur owned the property.
No, I know the name. I won't divulge the name of the family that own it, but they're very, very nice people. So they have this property. They have another property in PA, and they have 3 properties in Florida. And right now they're all in Florida, hoping that the hurricane that's getting ready to hit ain't gonna do anything to their buildings down there. Now, I've never been to their buildings in Florida, so I have no idea what the arrangement is or whatever down there. But you got to make Kutztown like a it's got to be on your bucket list. Come out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I got
well, I'll go there.
I've been coming out
I'll
to
go there when
Kutztown
you
since
tell me I get to meet
2007. I love
Wavy
it.
Gravy.
So I figure I'd share that a little bit with you. Matter of fact, the guy that's with his back turned, I saw him, and then the gentleman in the yellow shirt, I saw him last night too. So
Anybody
do a lot of
recognize
work for
that
the
scope
club.
there in the left? Doesn't look tech. Doesn't look like Tektronix. Looks like a leader signal generator next to it.
Yeah, no, a little
Yeah.
up and to the right.
Oh, yeah, got it.
That could be, I don't know. That doesn't look like a tech, and it's definitely not an HP. I don't know.
Henry Tessier was trying to sell. He had a nice Tektronix he was trying to sell for seemingly reasonably priced. I think he was asking like 150 for it, I think. And it looked like it was right at, it looked brand new. He had one there at the at Brookline.
Trying to think.
Oh, see the one with the FET probe with it? I met the guy that squared, that was a 453. Guy squared that plus a FET probe.
Wow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
Nice.
He also, I sold him my Tektronix 5000 mainframe off the free table.
Oh, even better.
That's about the only thing I sold there. It was off the free table.
That's hilarious. Oh, here we go. It's kind of.
Ooh, pieces of a seabird.
Yeah, I'd say so.
200 Selectomatic.
Whoop, sorry about that. I don't know what's behind this, but it does have a tuning eye.
I'll recognize it.
I like that.
It's a nice looking.
I think it's refinished. It seems kind of a light finish.
Yeah.
That's a pilot.
Oh, yes, that would make sense. It looks like a European because you can see from them. Yeah.
All the.
Yeah, you're right. You can see the script. Look at that. Howard's just going.
What's that? All right. What's that little white one that's there with a
this one here?
Top. Behind that brown thing.
I think I forget what that is.
Oh, is that? Yeah, it might be a Philco, or is it Philco? Maybe I think so. You have to see the front, so it'd be like, oh yeah,
right.
It's got to be the tuning dial on top, right?
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. Or a
I
direction finder, if it was one of those direction finder radios, It's like...
Got AK-20 sitting there.
Yep.
And let's see, that's an RCA on the right. I don't know what the middle radio is though.
That might be a
Missing
GE.
its guts.
Okay.
What's that one that's sitting on top of the light colored radio?
Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can. You guys make anything out of it there?
Not really.
Nice veneer on it though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice.
It's half of a zenith on the corner.
Yep,
corner.
I saw that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, indeed.
What's the thing with the squiggly sine wave in the middle there? Above the $4 dialer.
Oh, that's a Motorola, I think.
A
flip up face. That's the on.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I only know because I got 3 of those stupid things.
The truth comes out.
Maybe you can send one to John with the 8-track tapes.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
there. I would accept.
Hey.
It's
Just trying to
it's
help you,
not
John.
it's not worth the weight in shipping. They're actually pretty robust. They're pretty
Oh.
heavy for what they are.
Oh, there's someone going in there and doing some servicing or something.
Bzz.
Yeah. Ah!
Next slide.
Yeah, right. And you
His hat
see,
flew off.
Or if those capacitors discharged yet, let me check.
yep.
Prefer servicing to qualified service personnel. No user serviceable parts inside.
Ooh, it's the-
Wow.
Nice.
See
Oh, Stuart Warner.
Oh,
Oh, that's
yeah.
that's
nice.
nice.
With the
I
toaster
actually have
top.
that model.
No, the magic dial. I had a console of
Oh.
that. I can't believe that I flipped it. I got it really cheap, so I felt good about getting $50 for it because I think I paid 20, and I never should have gotten rid of it. It looks so terrific at night when it lights
Yeah,
up.
it's got a pretty dial.
Real
And the
pretty
one that I
dial.
have, when I looked at the schematic, there was actually two versions of it. One of them had an eye tube and one didn't, so I added the magic eye tube to mine.
Yep. It's like,
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't the best radio in the world, but boy, it
No.
looked nice.
Yeah.
That's an interesting looking thing on the
Yeah, I
right,
know.
though.
I really like this design.
Jackson
Couple
Bell?
ones in like, some kind of
Maybe.
30s sci-fi movie.
Yeah. The rise of the robots and the radio.
Rocket Man or something.
Yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein listening to the ball games on that.
RKO Movies presents.
Does that say
Yeah.
Jackson Bell? No.
Boy, I'm out of resolution. I could convince myself, but I think I see two words, so it may
We
very.
got that covered on this one. We
I
got
love.
ask Howard on this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. I like
I
the.
can't-
And that sort of asymmetrical dial off to the right.
Yeah, but
Mm.
just the toning and all, very nicely done. Very tasteful. Quite elegant. There we go.
I just out of I know the name of this guy. I won't reveal it, but I will share with you. He likes beer.
Oh, I think we had a picture
No.
of last year. We had
Yeah,
beer
I
and he's
think
in
he
the same.
was- yeah, he
He's
was
in the
crashed
same
out
state.
last year. In the same chair, but I think he had different clothes on.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's,
was there-
And-
that's
and he-
unclear.
he does this at every event. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Nice Motorola behind his head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 6.2.
cool.
It's got a tuned RF stage.
Some of those Motorola tube radios were really, really good performers.
But not those little ones with the squiggle on the front.
No,
Right.
no,
Right.
no. Those are like 4-tube battery portables with a selenium rectifier in it.
Yep. They smelled funny.
That's funny.
Doesn't he sometimes help out at the auction there too?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I know who he
He'll
is.
bring up an item and he starts smacking the top of it to get everybody's attention. I'm waiting for the day he does that and the thing collapses. His hand goes through it and then he gets splinters trying to pull it out.
Jeez, that's funny.
Mr. Grillcloth behind him.
Yes, that's Michael Katz's grill cloth.
Oh, wait, to the right?
Way
Yes.
in the back.
Yeah.
He's from Long Island.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually started that up about a year ago.
Long
And
Island.
I give the guy a lot of credit. I mean, I underestimated what he was going to try to do with that little business of his, but he's actually doing very well, and I tip my hat off to him.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of variety.
great. I actually went by his table in my Kutztown video, so if you want to get some pictures and see some of his samples and stuff, I have it in the video.
Yeah, he usually is at least at our he usually shows up to at least one, if not two of our events. He wasn't at the most recent one, but he usually comes up for like the big show in March.
Big one.
And but he sometimes pops in for like spring or fall Brookline. He's
Mhm.
occasion. But he also resells radios and things like that.
Sure.
There you go.
Arvin.
Arvin.
The Rhythm Maid or the Rhythm Queen? One of those two.
Another look at that Scott.
Oh yeah, it's from the back. I'll tell you, the more I
Ah.
look at the more that looks like a real factory radio. I mean,
that's the
factory
Zenith.
box.
That's
It's
a
a Zenith.
1940 Zenith.
Yeah, this one there was some question, but I never saw the cabinet
It's
before.
gotta
But
be a factory cabinet.
yeah, it
Yeah.
looks too much like a.
I don't know. It looks like an Ethernet connector on the back there next to the antenna.
Yeah. You know, those Arvins, I've seen one of those once. They're kind of unique in that they have individual capacitor cans on top of the chassis. Like if you got a
Yeah.
0.05 capacitor, there's a tiny little metal can on top of the chassis.
Yeah, that's neat though. I mean, that looks legit. This thing, I've just never seen one. It looks great.
What's this here in that gold label? Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah, I'll try. Hmm. Wave magnet.
Magnet.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what they usually said on the Zenith radios, wasn't it? The wave
Yeah.
magnet.
The television or local and distant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Switch, slide switch.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, this is interesting.
Yeah.
A True Tone.
Huh.
And a TV, I think. Is that a TV?
Yeah,
It's over
that's
the
a
red.
TV. Probably maybe a little RCA or something like that,
Panasonic, maybe?
or maybe open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Yeah, exactly. Screaming 1970, 71.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the robots on what's that thing with Bruce Dern?
Oh, I like that movie. I know you're talking about. It was Huey, Dewey, and
Yeah.
Silent
Silent
running.
Silent running, yeah.
There you go. I've seen that movie at least 3 or 4 times. I haven't seen it since, oh man, since the late 70s probably.
You guys
That,
must be old.
that reminds me, I gotta watch it.
What's that black
I
and
looked
white
for it the other day, but the only way to watch it was to pay for it.
Oh geez.
I couldn't see any way that was showing it for free.
Huh.
Huh. That's a good one though. That, and I remember that one, and I watched it in Westworld with Yul Brenner.
Westworld, yeah.
That was a pretty good movie too.
Well,
I
not
thought,
only that, but what's his name? Paul Apprentice's husband, who was running. He was the guy running away from.
yes. Yes, I can't remember the character, the actor's name. I just can't
No.
remember, but I remember, like yesterday.
They had a sitcom where he was married to Paul Apprentice. I think he might have actually been married to Paul Apprentice.
And then the
what's,
other,
I remember her, but not him.
what's the white thing behind the TV? It looks like a George Foreman grill or something.
I think it is.
There's a duck behind it too.
Yeah.
One on the floor.
I see it, yeah.
Quack, quack. It's a decoy.
Oh, I think it's a George Foreman. It's an early original, George Foreman grill, for sale. I wonder if he used vacuum tubes those early ones.
Was that kind of, is that some sort of like a realistic equalizer or something down there?
Yeah, it does look realistic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Before George Foreman, they had Presto burgers. Remember those?
Presto burgers. Looks like there's a portable television set back behind the duck. It's got a handle and it looks like it's got a flip up antenna.
Yeah, that screams TV. Yeah. That's a TV.
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there's a guild.
Yep. The classic
The lantern, guild
lantern.
radio.
Oh yeah, I see
Town
that.
crier.
Town
Town crier. There you go.
What's that thing to the left? There's a ICOM R70 something. R70?
Yeah, let's see if I can get
Yeah,
it.
R70. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Oh, he's got
Your
three
eyes.
big tombstones.
Wow.
Yes, nice receiver.
The backsides of them are all Zenith anyhow.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like a TV 10 behind it or something. Tube tester, the thing on the right.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
No, could be.
Just
Could
part
be.
of it's on there. You see the lid and half of it.
Yeah. I agree. That's probably what it is.
Ooh. Lots of whatever it's
Silver
called,
tone.
Plaston.
Silver tone, that's an attractive looking piece with a tuning eye. 50
Yeah.
bucks. So I read that is right. 50 bucks. Doesn't seem too bad. It's looking to be a terrific shape for 50 bucks, if I'm reading that right. Jeez.
I think I see 150, but I don't know.
Oh,
For the
maybe-
Zenith or
no, the silver tone right here.
Oh, that one.
I'm looking at the price and I said, it looks like it says
yeah, 50.
50.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
a-
50.
Yeah.
Geez, that's a really nice shape for 50 bucks. This one, 150. Well, this is what is this?
It's a Zenith.
Zenith, that's right. It is a Zenith. Yeah, I can see the dial pointer caught my phone.
I
It's
think
all
the
in
Zenith is 150, and I think that Silvertone, John, that's my friend John's table, was 450 for the silver.
Oh, okay. I've now that oh, you're right.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
I thought there was a dollar sign. Huh.
Oh,
That
You're
was
gonna own
John
that
is
forever.
Huffnagel, is that right?
Yes,
Yes, I've met him. He's come to our
he's a retired New York cop.
Yep. He is in New York. He has like a Nyack or something like that address. He came to our
ooh, one of the Nyaks
came
just
to one of-
over the Tappan Zee Bridge.
he
Oh, to
came-
Mario Cuomo.
No, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
it's the Tappan Zee.
Sorry, exactly. It's happened.
Always going
Always
to be
will
the
be.
Tappan Zee.
Yeah.
He does
What's
beautiful
that? It
restoration.
looks like, is that an RCA that's like way in the back behind the Zenith? The one that's way at the top. That
Oh.
looks like a radio with
In the
something
box?
Yeah,
at
it
the
is.
top of it.
Yep.
No, good.
I know what you mean. That's one.
Scroll.
That's a
up,
GE
up,
transistor.
Up.
Yeah.
up, more,
Oh, those were
right
the
there.
speakers.
Way up
Oh,
there on the
yeah,
top.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at that baby.
That's a General Electric.
Ah.
That's a 6-tube GE.
Pretty cool looking.
Yeah, they made a lot of them. They're pretty common.
I never saw one.
Wow, that was yeah. John has
Bet-
he has
I
a
bet
lot of
that's
rare
not
stuff.
450.
What's the thing with the bars? That looks pretty cool.
Oh, over here.
I forget what that is.
Oh, yeah. That's the very, that thing.
Come on, Greg. Come on, Howard. One of you two can do it.
Yeah,
Airline.
Greg must have restored
Ah.
2 or 3 of those.
Which one are we looking at?
This
The
one right
with
here.
the black
an
with the
airline, I
bars
think.
on the
With
Yeah.
left.
the 3 bars across
Round
the speaker.
Yeah. Right here where my
I'd have
cursor
to
is.
see. It's
The
either
five push buttons.
airline or a Coronado or one of
Yeah,
those.
one of those two.
Some weird name that I
Yeah. The Tenite doesn't look in very good shape on that though.
No.
The
There's
picture
another
may
like
not-
a Coronado right in the left corner here. We just see the ribs on top of it.
Oh yeah. Yep. Maybe we have another picture. Nope. We have a rabbit. And it's not of the Volkswagen type.
Ooh, in a
I can tell you a little story about this.
turntable in somebody's pull cart.
Oh yeah.
Yes. There's a woman that walks around every year for the past 3 years, both the spring and the fall, and that is a therapy rabbit.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So she'll pull it out of the cart, put it on somebody's lap, and you sit there and pet it and whatever, and kind of, calms your nerves or whatever it does.
Oh, that's nice.
I'd be afraid to put it in my lap and it would get excited and pee in my lap.
Right. It's therapy for it, but it's not therapy for you.
But that's actually a therapy rabbit. I know that sounds weird, but that's what they call it.
Wow, I can
But
imagine
you're
it could be.
So what shows up there. I
the-
have nothing to do with the club or anything like that.
I
The lady is
prefer
very
the,
nice.
I
that has
prefer
the
the
rabbit.
therapy reel to reel that's on the table.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
That looks a little unique.
Yeah, it looks like maybe an Akai or something like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm thinking Scandinavian. I'm wondering.
Well, it could be.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
Revox. I know that.
Yeah, right. It's got the controls look funny.
Yeah. Much more fun than a rabbit.
Oh, no, look at that.
Wow, shiny stuff.
Ooh.
This is my friend Tom's table. He's not too far away from where my table is.
Hey, yeah, Tom
And he
Haynes.
does absolutely stunning work.
Wow, look at this
These
thing.
radios.
Is this an
Yeah.
Emerson?
I'm not sure what that is.
Wow, look at that. It's
That's
shiny.
beautiful.
That looks like it rolled out of the factory. Wow.
The
Oh,
plastic
no, it
radio
never-
that
it never
he
looked
paints, he
that good
uses
coming out of the
automotive
factory.
quality paint.
Wow, look at another Stu Warner. You know, it's funny. You don't see that many Stu Warners, but for this show, there's all over the place. That's a good looking
I like the
radio.
pattern over the grill there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Speaker.
that's a beautiful radio. Very attractive. Just, I like the dial face. I like everything about that radio. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the price,
Yeah,
but I
yeah, I was
really
gonna
like it.
say you like everything but the price tag.
Well, something you have to, give to
Toward the
get.
beginning of my Kutztown video, I have some of Tom's radios that I put up with prices, so
Whoop,
you can
geez.
see some of his work there.
What's that like Roman pineapple torch thing to the left?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun,
The lamp.
dun, lamp radio or something.
It
Maybe.
probably is. You can't tell because I can't see enough of the base, but I think I've seen this. It does. I think there is in here.
Sorry.
No problem. That's you.
Just the amount of shine and
Oh yeah, you can.
polishing that
I
went
have
into
to-
all of this.
I know you have to wear sunglasses going into this.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's like,
look at that!
how many
look-
buffing wheels did you go through?
Look at that Coronado. Wow, that's terrific. Yeah, it does terrific work. Is that an Emerson? Yes, an Emerson
Look
there.
at that like green toaster thing in the background back there.
I have pictures of those radios on my
Oh,
video,
green.
so you can see the front of it. The one that's where this cursor is right now, I've never heard of that brand. I'll just save it.
Okay.
Watch my
That,
video.
that
you'll
other
see what
green
it
one
is.
to the left.
I
looks
think
like
the other green one is a
Crosley.
Crosley Bullet.
Yeah, Crosley. It
Yes.
is Crosley.
Yeah, that's definitely a Crosley Bullet. Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, he must refinish those. Boys, he do great paint work.
Wow.
Isn't
Yeah.
that stunning? I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful work.
He should be painting cars too while he's at it.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
exactly.
I was saying to him jokingly, "You want to paint my station wagon?"
Yeah,
And he just gave me this look like, "Are you kidding?"
yeah. My
He
wife
thought I was
does-
serious.
My
It's
wife
like-
does sculpting, and I was like, man, what you can do with sculpting when you make your doll faces and all that, and the attention to detail. I just need a little Bondo on this quarter panel. I mean, you ought to be able to knock this out in no time.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He's like, get lost. That's your hobby, not mine. So
Mm.
He's a great guy to
It
talk
looks
to
like crap.
too. If you ever get to meet him,
Ooh, I want one. I want one.
I
Oh,
saw
there.
more people walk up to that and pick up the glasses. So I'm thinking, don't drop it.
Oh, I
I
know.
want one. So
Don't drop
badly.
it.
Well, I don't see I guess the ones always hard to find. The ones with the stirring, the glass stirring
You
rods.
know what? I don't care. That's
Nice. That's a color I've never seen. I'm used to seeing it. Like I remember there was like a yellow, like a pale yellow or something. Or is it?
Yes, you're right.
That's the one I saw. I've seen it.
That
It
right
was-
there is the reason I don't go to Kutztown, because I'd probably have
Yeah.
to come home with that, and I don't even want to know how much.
$700. Woo!
There's no
Look at that.
reasonable offers refused. To see the sign?
Silver
Yeah,
tone.
but
on
I
the
don't
left.
make reasonable offers.
Mhm. Wow. Look at that. $700 for this silver. So wow, that's quite a piece. Beautifully
I
restored.
can't take my eyes off the glassware.
Well, that radio bar would look good on top.
See, I'm giving you the full effect.
Epilepsy!
No,
He's
it's
got-
for you.
he's got
It's pulling
nightmares
in.
tonight.
It's pulling into you. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. Do you have the number of the guy there?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see one of those on the free table at Brookline.
Yeah, can you imagine everyone used to whoop all these guys banging heads trying to get them?
It could be missing a glass or two. That's okay. So.
Looks like a tube tester there above the tombstone.
Ooh,
Yes.
How about the
Yep.
rock? Not the rock. I don't know if it's a rocket lamp. It's some kind of rocket
Yeah.
radio. I call it a rocket
yeah.
lamp. That's right next
Yeah.
there to the tombstone.
This-
I'd want
this
one
is-
of those too to go with the bar lamp. Boy, I'd be in big trouble if I came to that table.
But this is
Well,
not
that-
John's
that-
table? This is not
No.
John's table? Okay.
No, this is a different table.
Okay. Because when John had the same lamp radio too, that's why I thought at ours
You know,
when
if
he
you-
last came.
you-
I'm John. I'm sorry. You're right. This is still John's stuff.
You
Okay.
take that
This
take
is
that
John's. I
bar,
recognize
the bar
the parking
radio
lot.
and the rocket lamp, and then one of those what's the brand with the telephone dial remote?
Oh, the mystery dial.
Oh, the Philco mystery box.
dial. Mystery
It's
box.
It's like put three of those together, and then like I'm all done. I'm just like, whatever. Take my firstborn, just give me all.
Now, is that what, and you also probably need the therapy rabbit afterwards.
Yeah. I would eat the therapy rabbit for food for the next 3 months.
Yeah, that's right.
No, you need more brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got that bar with the 300 or 61 Chrysler grill on it. That would be good
Oh,
for
I
that
know,
thing.
but
Oh, that's so cool
it
with the
has no
headlights.
glass. It has no glassware like that thing does.
See, there you
Well,
go.
it does behind it, but think of how good that would look sitting on that
There's
bar.
another shot at Tom's table with mostly
Oh,
Philco
yeah.
stuff on it.
That's
You know what? You
nice.
just gave me an idea, Greg. I think I do have a couple of spare like 61, 62 Chrysler radios. I think I might mount a radio above the grill and then put some speakers
Yeah.
There you
below the
go.
Yeah.
grill and
I love it. You can turn the headlights on and the parking lights. That's
yep,
Yeah.
awesome.
might as well fire up the radio as well. I
Yeah.
got the 12-volt supply back.
Yeah. You ought to, need I not mention every time we talk about it, the headboard.
Yep.
Good stuff here. All these Philcos,
Yes.
some nice pieces.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Different. Big fan of different.
Yeah, some nice pieces there. Some more Philcos.
Nice colors.
Well, there
Mhm.
is an RCA there just to throw everybody off. Actually, there's a couple there.
Yeah.
Not really. It seems like fairly reasonable pricing. I mean,
I wonder if the RCA has a little jack in the back to plug one of those phonographs into.
Mm.
The blue one, I don't think has one, and I don't know about that black one in the upper left.
I think
Not
it's
sure
more
if that had
likely
it or
that the
not.
black one in the upper left has a jack. in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think the bottom radio underneath that blue thing, I think that's a GE. I think that's
that
Philco. I
might
think
be.
that's a GE.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
You-
electric.
Exactly. You made the call.
$50 and it works. Well, it better
Yeah,
work.
that's not, and it's looks to be in nice shape.
Yeah.
I would say that's not silly money. That's pretty reasonable. More Philcos.
Yeah, just
Silvertone, is that?
one where your cursor's on the GE.
Silvertone.
Yeah.
I like the one with the push
Yeah,
buttons in the upper right.
Maybe it's a
Look at that
Silvertone.
baby. 3 knobs and
Philco.
6 buttons. How could you go wrong?
Yeah, that's
And a
nice.
handle
Yeah.
and different and inlaid wood and everything.
Oh, nice stuff.
Well, it's got a short band on it, so the only thing you probably pick up with that is CHU.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what time it is.
Yeah. Well, I think it only goes that radio. I think the shortwave band just goes up to 3.5 megacycles, so you can get CHU on 3330.
Nice.
It's quite some purple behind it.
Yeah.
That's
Metal
that's
flake,
a different
huh?
view of that other purple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a different angle.
Sundial.
You'd be surprised at sometimes strange painted radios sell.
Well, they
Well,
matches the
that's-
room.
They're selling that to like some Mopar guy who wants a plum crazy radio to go
Yeah,
with
Yes.
the Barracuda.
Can't afford the Barracuda, so you get the radio instead.
Yeah.
I know a guy that took
Right.
I know a guy that took a 57 Studebaker Silverhawk and
Yep.
painted it panther pink for his daughter.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
sorry.
But it had a 327 Corvette motor in it.
Oh, all right. It's already custom, already down that road.
So
Okay.
it's, yeah.
Tubbed in the rear with a Ford 9-inch.
No, it ain't that bad.
Oh, okay.
Ain't that bad.
Oh,
Look at that.
that's a speaker.
yes, it is. Speaker only.
Well, I would certainly get the point across, wouldn't it, from the size?
Yeah.
Not sure if that was Atwater Kent or who made that.
Does say 50? That can't be right.
Well,
Right down the price tag.
you don't even know. I mean, it may not have a speaker inside of it.
That I
It may
think
just
that
be
speaker
cabinet.
came from the estate of Louis Newhart. That was the guy that helped put this thing together many, many years ago.
Oh,
And unfortunately, he passed. And they were trying to sell off a number of his radios, like that 50, that Zenith, that the Super 7 I showed you that had the 50. in the auction. That was Louis. That was probably one of Louis' speakers. Louis had a lot of early stuff, a lot of $3 and things like that.
Uh-huh.
Well, guys, actually, we are at the top of the hour, just a moment or two
Right.
after, and probably should think about cutting you guys loose. This was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
So yeah, I guess next meeting we'll still do the usual round robin, unless you're so want to me to continue with these pictures next meeting. But maybe what we'll do is stick to the round robin, and we can think about the following meeting is either more of this, or we can go to Fall Brookline.
John, may I say something selfish?
Of course.
If you want to see more Kutztown, I've got an 11 or 12 minute video up
Right.
on my Radio
No,
Wild channel on
that's
YouTube.
true.
And I also have a follow-up video of things that followed me home.
Oh,
with
okay.
the most, and it features the most strangest radio transaction I've ever had to encounter. So I
Cool.
hope you guys get a chance to watch that.
Okay.
I had a
Absolutely.
lot of fun making it.
Cool. Excellent, Bob. Well, then, so maybe I'll do is I'll cut you guys loose, and we'll meet again in a couple of weeks. And
Right.
meanwhile, enjoy the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, the nice fall weather will treat everybody well, and let's hope for the people in Florida that they will not fare as badly as as they've been saying on the news. But anyway, take care of yourselves, guys.
All right. Thank
And,
you.
Along.
Thank you, guys.
Great seeing you
Thank
guys
you.
as always.
Take care.
Take care of
Thanks,
yourselves.
John.
You
Here.
bet, anytime. All right.